Record. Recording in progress. Yeah, you're on.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody. I will give you a chance to tell us a little bit about your business later on, but I've been really looking forward to this talk because I'm in the last third of my life. A lot of us are, aren't we?
Same here.
So I wanted to quickly introduce our board. Some of them aren't here, but I'm your president, and vice president of membership is Esther Lee. She wasn't, I honestly, I can't see because I'm on my phone, so I don't know who's on or who isn't.
Yeah, I don't think she registered. I didn't see her name.
Yeah, I think she sent me a message and said she wasn't able to. Vice president of marketing is Deidre Trudeau, and she's not on it either. Our ambassador is Robin Ramsey.
She was supposed to be here. I thought she registered.
No, that was the other Robin.
Oh, the other Robin.
You might be thinking of Robin.
Oh no, there's three of us.
Robin.
Yes.
Right?
Might be. Our secretary is Kay Pena, and she is on. I know her. I know her here. Our treasurer is Yvonne, and she's going to try to get on if she's not on yet. She was might sent me a message. She might get hung up, and we're still looking for a speaker or program coordinator. And Susan is our illustrious past president. So she is, of course, here. And I just want to quickly read our mission statement. The PWN mission, or Placer Women's Network mission, is to allow busy women professionals to develop professional relationships with other business professionals, create lead generation, and exchange referrals in a social and supportive atmosphere. That's what I love about this group. It is supportive. And we do get referrals, and we'll talk about that at the end as well. But I don't think we have any guests. I think everybody on is a member, so we don't have that. And Susan, would you like to introduce our speaker? I'd like to get right to the speaker because I'm all prepared to take notes and everything. So
okay, well, and I don't have your bio pulled up, Marilyn, so I'm just going to wing it a little bit based on what I know. So I've known Marilyn for over a year now. I knew her through as a member of Placer Women's Network. She is a life coach, and she is developing online courses and does coaching, and obviously is a wealth of information. And she wants to focus today on how to make the last third of your life your best third, and who isn't ready for that. So Marilyn, tell us how to take advantage of the last third of our life to make it our best third. Marilyn Robinson, give her a hand.
Hey.
Oh, you're muted there.
Marilyn, unmute.
So
And-
I would like to share slides. I'm connecting now.
Okay, yeah,
I don't know
I just turned on the ability for you to do so.
Okay, and it's telling me, so let's see. Let me type this in. I had it typed in. I'm guessing I'm using the number that was in the link as far as trying to get my computer into the meeting. I'm learning all these new technical things. I'm on my phone for video quality, and I'm trying to connect my computer for the slides. Okay, it's giving me invalid. Let me try. I'll try it another way. You know me and my internet, so I was trying to be sneaky. I was trying to be sneaky, but I'll just go ahead and launch this. So I'm going to enter in again into the meeting, and so I'll have a dual presence. But my video is so much better on my phone for you guys to see me, and then the slides will be a little a second view. But let me get this. So yeah, so one of the things that I wanted to talk about while my computer is getting up, if you look at life, we do a lot of planning about education. That's the reason why I usually do it the other way.
Yeah, there's an echo.
Hmm.
I'm going to mute you. Okay, so Marilyn, I just muted your phone so we wouldn't get that feedback. So if you can possibly mute your phone or maybe even get off Because I don't know if you can, or maybe mute your computer. Well, you just muted. Okay, so we do see you on your webcam. I'll let you unmute yourself in whichever. This is technology.
We're gonna run on the computer. Yeah, I turned away, but I didn't think to check with you as far as the actual Zoom.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay,
we'll
so I
Yeah,
do
this way.
started your screen sharing, so we're there.
Oh, you said,
It's
Okay,
black, right? Oh, there you go. Okay, we see a PowerPoint.
perfect.
cool. All right. So, yeah, I wanted to give you some thoughts and ideas about the last third of your life. You know, typically we dread it. We don't look forward to it. And that's the wrong mindset. So I want to have you ask yourself, what will I be doing in my 60s, 70s, and 80s? And really challenge yourself to think about that. Some thoughts I want you to think about. Well, will my life be like as you age? You know, a lot of us are already in that last third of our life, so we've got to start on it. Is it what we thought it was going to be? Is it better? Who will you be? You know, we go through, a lot of us have a lot of experience, and we have the opportunity to have, you know, had a career, wore that hat. You know, we've had the opportunity to, you know, get married, have a family, you know, do a lot of things. So we've worn a lot of hats. And now, what is the hat we're going to wear into our last third of our life? What's that person or purpose that we're going to have? And who are you going to hang out with? This is really critical, because if you've looked back over time, the friends you had were really close in your 30s are really more probably acquaintances now. And through life, a lot of our habits and our activities change. And I love that Pat is getting together with her women group to play Mexican Train. I mean, it takes effort, but you do have to reach out and have those people that you hang out with. And where will you live? This is always a big question for the last third of your life. You want to downsize? Do you want to, you know, move near your grandkids? Do you want to move near your family so maybe they can help you out, you know, when you do finally age and need the assistance? Or do you want to be more adventurous and move someplace you've always wanted to live now that you're free from all those shackles? A key thing is, will you jump out of bed with no aches and with the motivation to meet the day and want to enjoy life? So are you healthy, or do you visit the doctors regularly? These are all things that ideally, if you're in your 40s or 50s, you should be thinking about this and really focusing on what you could be doing to make sure that the last third of your life is the best third. But it's not too late. We're still young and we can still, you know, change things up. So how will you spend your time? I know you ladies are not couch potatoes. You guys are all active doing many things, and you want to stay that way your last third of your life. You want to stay engaged and being healthy. So who am I? Well, I have started my own life and my course. And here's my kind of list, life as a list. I decided in high school that I wasn't really getting that big of an education, so I graduated in 3 years. I went on to spend 5 years in college. I received a bachelor's in computer science. I was very fortunate my senior year to be able to get a job programming, to find out that I did not want to spend all day programming. And what I did find out on the job was that I enjoyed demonstrating the software and helping customers implement it into their business. So I decided, instead of finding a programming job, to interview for some kind of sales support job. And Intel hired me as one of their first female salespeople. So I was breaking the trail at 20, 21 in a pretty much an all male field and career. I had a successful career in a variety of positions at Intel with sales and marketing. Also got into project management, system improvements, a lot of varieties while climbing the ladder. I chose, after meeting with my financial advisor, I had the mindset that I had to work till I was 65. That's what I was raised in. That's what I believed. And my financial advisor said, why? And I was like, whoa, you know, he's trying to break my mindset. And so I looked at it, that was at 40. I looked at it and I said, he's right. You know, I really don't need to keep working all these hours. So I actually left Intel, retired from my career, you know, at 42. Other blessings came out of Intel. I met my soulmate. We've been married 33, almost 34 years now. While I was climbing the ladder, I had 3 children. When we both quit, my husband and I quit at the same time, we decided to homeschool our 3 children. And basically the world was our classroom. It was an awesome time. They've all graduated from college and debt-free. That was our last gift to them. And then some of you who follow me on social media, on Facebook, get to experience my awesome vacation home in the Sierras. I post a lot of pictures of all the snow we get and, you know, the beautiful views when we go hiking during the summer. So we do enjoy traveling the world, and best of all for me, being debt-free. I didn't want to leave that 6-figure income with any major debts that I would have to struggle with. So I, in the process of raising the kids, have developed a successful direct sales business. She and I are partners in Nu Skin, and I have built over the last 2 years my life coaching business. So my biggest joy is helping people to chart their own course, map out their life's journey, and have fun in the process. And together we can measure life by adventures, not years. So I tell you all this because I have a lot of experience and a lot of education that I can share in my coaching and helping individuals in different situations. So David Bowie, everybody knows David Bowie. This is an interesting quote. Aging is an extraordinary process where you become the person you always should have been. So I take that as we all are capable. We all have the potential. We all have it within us to become that awesome person that we can be. And the only thing that's holding us back is ourselves. So I am going to see if I can get this video to play. But while we're waiting for the video, how will you spend the last third of your life? Have you given it much thought? What blueprint or footprint will you leave behind? I know I'm a lot of, you know, I usually a lot of 40 and 50 years older people because I'm trying to get them to realize what they're doing in their 40s and 50s has a really big determination of how they're going to live their life in their 60s and 70s. And so this is a little clip. Actually, my daughters helped me with my coaching business, and they found this clip and thought this was a really good one for my presentation.
First, Hemingway wrote Old Man in the 52. Satchel Paige dominated batter at 59. Pablo Neruda won the Nobel Prize for Literature at 67. Celia Cruz was still winning Grammys at 77. John Wheeler eliminated allies of the Union at 70. Diana Nyad swam from Cuba to Florida at 64. And Roger Crouch was 56 when he first went into space. Your best is yet to come.
Well, I don't know about you, but I was pretty impressed when I heard those people. I'm still playing a mean ball in 56, I think he was. I mean, God, I can't imagine his shoulders. And then swimming from Cuba to Florida at 64. I'm turning 63 this year, and I'm like, what? So it just goes to show you that if you put your mind to it, you can do extraordinary things. Yeah, here. I don't want to do that. There we go. So the way I look at it is, if you look at, I look at life in 3 basic chunks and phases. So the first phase, approximately the first 30 years of your life, you acquire skills and experiences. The second phase, you utilize the skills to make a living and build a life. And then in the last phase, guess what? You get to enjoy, you get to explore, you get to share all that wisdom that you've gained over the years, and you can give back to your communities and fellow people and leave a legacy if you so choose. So just to, to sync up and see if we're thinking the same. But, if I look back at my first 30 years, I was focused on pleasing my parents. Okay, what do I need to do to stay out of trouble? And then you get into school and you're trying to, be part of the cool kids. So you're pleasing the other people in that group to stay in that group. It's quite challenging and confusing. A lot of times you're afraid, you're doubtful, and you're frustrated and it can be a very big emotional journey when you're going through and learning about life and trying to identify your purpose. So what are you going to study in school? What career are you going to have? All those things that can be very challenging. But you are also fearless. You love exploring. You're learning. You're physically capable of doing all that exploring and being crazy. And I know I was a social fanatic. I was active all the time doing stuff. So I look at this phase as the phase where you're planning your education, you're planning your career. The next phase, you spend the majority of the time pleasing people, and you're looking for respect and recognition. And this comes a lot in your career so that you can get those promotions and get those raises. And then also, even in your social circle, oh my gosh, it's competing with the Joneses. You got to one up that person next door. You're buying. There's a lot of struggles and frustrations because you take on a lot more and you're on that treadmill of life, and you're constantly possibly, even getting into depression. And I don't know about you, when I turned 30, all of a sudden I saw my first wrinkle. I woke up with my first ache, and I was like, no way, this isn't happening to me. And so again, this phase of life is you're busy. It is exciting. You have lots of challenges, and you have, conquests, and you have success, and you're building your life and expanding it. And you pretty much have a very full life at the time, and you're managing your social events because you don't have the time that you did in the first phase of your life. So I kind of look at this phase as this is where you're planning your marriage, your family, your home, your career. And that's great. It does consume a lot of time. And I think what happens is we spend so much time thinking about that we don't think about planning the last third of our life. And a lot of people look at the last third of their life. They're worried about getting old. They don't, go, oh my gosh, my daughter came to me and she said, oh, Mom, you're 60. I hate to say this, but when I think of somebody 60, I think of grandma. And I said, thanks a lot. But she's right. That is a perception we have, 60s are for Mrs. Butterfields, or Mrs. What's the cookie lady? The sweet grandma with the gray hair. And now I have gray hair because of COVID, because I stopped coloring it. But the other thing too is that we worry about financial returns. Do we have enough money? Do we have it saved? Are we going to outlive our funds, or will our funds outlive us? And then we are challenged with physical decline. And a lot of that physical decline and medical health basically comes from the fact that we didn't take the time in our 40s and 50s to really take care of ourselves and make sure that we're staying physically fit and eating correctly and taking appropriate supplements to stay healthy. And then the other issue is a lot of people right now are faced with family relationship issues. You may have seen your parents that you're having to play a parenting role for, and they're resisting you. And that's a hard struggle to make that change. Part of it in the planning process is, to work with them early on so that they understand you understand what their wishes are for what they want to do as they decline. But there's also relationships with your adult children. I don't know about you, but my adult children know everything. And so they love to tell me, no, I shouldn't be doing that, or why are you doing it that way? And so, and then the social challenges, it takes a lot of effort to just be able to have a social circle of influence. When you leave that job that you go to all the time, that tends to be a big social area for you to make friends and have connections. And as it seems like my social circle of close friends has really shrunken and shrunken as the years have gone on. I'm very fortunate to have my husband, and that we have a lot of common interests and we can do a lot of things together, which leads me into the next bullet of being fearful of being alone. Who's going to die first, and what will I do with myself when I'm alone? So that's all the negative stuff. Now, the thing is, if you recognize the negative things that you're thinking or the self-talk that you have, you can then change that mindset, that self-talk, and write another picture or write another story. So I missed the meeting last week, but I know, Susan talks a lot about fear. And so there is that fear of what is the last third of my life going to look like? And so we avoid it. And what we need to do is embrace it and write a better story, write the story we want. And that story to me is, I'm free to do what I want. I don't have to please anybody. I no longer care what other people think. I enjoy life, and I'm gonna enjoy it the way I want. And I'm going to do the thing that bring me joy. And just because somebody thinks I should do something doesn't mean I'm going to do it. So I ask you, are you planning for this phase of your life? Have you sat down and really thought about, okay, what am I going to do and what am I going to do in my 70s? Husband and I own 7.5 acres, and right now we maintain it ourselves. And so I asked him, well, actually, he brought it up. He goes, well, do you want to still live here in our 70s? And I said, sure. I said, what we have to do is be realistic that we will probably hire some of this work out, because I don't know that I want to physically be out there doing all this work. Part of it is I'm getting kind of burnt out on it. But I also look at it as it's an opportunity for me to stay fit and healthy. So I'm not sure why my slides don't, there we go. So I want you to accept the challenge. I want you to be strong. I want you to make the commitment to make the last third the best third of your life. Okay, again, talking about the fear. Face those fears. First identify them and then face them and power through. Change is always uncomfortable. So accept that, acknowledge it, but identify the change that you want to make. Don't just glide along and let things change for you. Take control of the change. Realize that whatever you do, whatever you desire, that you are worthy of it. We have a second guess ourselves or challenge ourselves as to whether or not we deserve what we want to wish for or how we want our lifestyle to be. So there's also a book, and I forgot the name of it, I was going with me. Be aware of self-sabotage. But we have this natural human nature that when things are going really well and we're really excited about it, that we tend to sabotage ourselves with self-talk, saying, oh, I don't really deserve this. I shouldn't be so happy. I shouldn't be celebrating. And so be aware when that happens and slap your head in the, not virtually, but, mentally slap yourself and say, that's bull. I deserve everything that I've worked for. Self-talk is real important. I have a business coach, and I wish I could take him everywhere with me, because he is always saying, did you hear what you just said? it's amazing how much self-talk we say that, you know, kind of puts ourselves down. It's like, okay, I'm not the best salesperson. Well, that's not true. I am the best salesperson. So why am I telling me that? I used to tell myself I can't lose weight. For 10 years, I kept telling myself, tried every fad diet there was. Well, obviously, if I'm telling my body I can't lose weight, why would it lose weight? You know, it just doesn't work. So, and then celebrate all those small successes. So every time that something goes right, take a moment, acknowledge it, and pat yourself on the back or stand up and go, hurrah! But don't lose those. Those things are the motivators that keep us going forward. And like I said, pray yourself for whatever you've accomplished, small or big, it doesn't matter. It's okay to take a step back. It's okay to revisit things, but just be focused on moving forward. You deserve the lifestyle you are willing to work. So if you have a lifestyle that you don't quite have yet, then you need to create that vision and then work through the things that are going to get you there. So here's some ideas of how you can create your vision. And I can give these slides to Susan if she wants to post them or distribute them, but this is real simple. You can, I broke it down into 3 areas. I recommend that if you when you're creating the vision, find some comfortable place with your favorite beverage, and you go ahead and ideally don't be interrupted. Find a place to sequester yourself. And I like to close my eyes because I am a vision person. I like to be able to picture what it is I want. I want to be able to smell it. I want to feel the textures. I want to look at the color and go as detailed as you want. With me right now, I really need to refresh my home. My vacation home looks better than my home does. So that's one of the things easy for me to picture what my living room's going to look like and what the yard's going to look like and all of that. But go ahead and then everybody has on their phone, the audio recording app. And I really recommend that you talk to yourself. Go ahead and record yourself describing it. So after you've done all the picturing, side to side clothes, or before a walk, act like you're talking to somebody and sharing vision, and go ahead and talk through it and describe it to yourself. Walk. Then what you can do is you can take that and transcribe it. You can open up Word and hit the dictation option and play the recording, and it'll type it up for you. And then you can go ahead, and after it's done, you can go, proofread it, fix it, add it, modify it, however you see fit. Now, the next step is more critical. It's what do you do? What are you doing now that supports that vision? So what are the activities and things that you're involved in that support that vision going forward? And those you want to keep doing. So keep doing those. And then the next question is, what is distracting you from your vision? And those are the things you should stop, or at least reduce how much time they take and try to get to a point you can stop. And then what should you start doing to get you where you want to be? So these are new things that you'll need to add to your list. And then take it and make a plan to change things up. So then the last column is grow and enjoy. So I recommend, I use a vision. Think and Grow Rich uses a definite purpose statement. Some people like vision boards. I have a vision board too. I have one for the year and I have one for my lifestyle. But I also like having it something that I read. So I take my vision story that I've written and I read it every morning to set my intentions, and then create goals and plans and actions to get into that vision. And that's going to be covered next, the next meeting. I forget who the presenter is, but she'll be covering, setting goals and creating plans.
And then use the vision when you're making decisions. So ask yourself, if I do this, will it get me to where I want to go? Or should I not do it? Is it going to distract me and waste my time? So focus on the things that will take you in the right direction. And it's okay to modify your vision as you go along the way, because what you think you might want now, in a year or even a half a year, you may decide that no, you don't necessarily want that. And so it's okay. It's your vision. You own it. You as the author have the right to change it up. So I wanted to give you an opportunity. Are you ready to get started with the last third of your life? And here's a couple of opportunities. I am offering a free 30-minute complimentary coaching session. And I also created a guide, lifestyle vision guide, that you can get on my website, my Member Vault website. And then I'm offering a special coaching to help you create your lifestyle vision. So if you want to get this done quickly and thoroughly, I'm happy to help you do that. I've offered 50% savings to you guys, and here's a link to book it. And by all means, if you haven't already, connect with me on Facebook and as Marilyn Rob 76, and LinkedIn, I'm Marilyn Designer. So with that, I thank you for your time and would open it up for questions or comments, any ahas, anything that you may decide that you're not, you disagree, I'm fine with that. Let's talk.
Susan, would
Okay,
you be
don't
able
be
to,
shy.
oh, there, now I can see you. I wanted to ask you, Marilyn, I think I know the answer to this, but what is the biggest stumbling block that people have to not live their best life? Like in all your coaching?
It really starts with their mindset. We are conditioned, especially as baby boomers, we're so conditioned to what society has programmed us. That's, oh, you got to work till you're 65, or you get old at 60. I mean, those are things that people have thought and said for years, and those are programmed in us, and those are challenges to get past. And that self-talk comes out all the time. It's like, okay, I go with the family somewhere and I go, oh, I don't really want to do that hike because I don't think I can do that hike. That's, sorry, my French, that's bullshit. I can do it. So a lot of it is, that it is that self-talk and that self-expectation. So that's what's so important about the lifestyle vision, because it's something that motivates you. You can strive towards it. So, I don't have any grandkids yet. I'm 60, almost 63. I'll be 63 next Monday. Woo, woo, woo. I'm running. But woohoo. But I don't have any grandkids yet. So I want to be able to chase them around the yard. I want them to go on some of the amazing hikes that I do in the Sierras at my cabin. And, I want to be physically fit to be able to pick them up, swing around. I just loved it when I was swung around in the yard as an airplane,
Yeah.
Dislocated shoulders and all. No. So I want to be that person that's physically there for them.
Right.
And, the thing is that we have the opportunity so much more with what's available to us to go ahead and, have our businesses at home and choose what we want to be, what causes we want to support and get involved in. And, what we enjoy doing. It's however big you want it to be. But the key is that you take ownership of it. And don't let society or your pre-programming dictate where you're going. Take responsibility and take ownership, and then take action.
You're
So
right
Marilyn,
on that self-talk.
I just wanted to share something that you said earlier really hit home for me, because you said in one of those slides that we spend the first third of our life trying to please people, trying to fit in and all that stuff. My 92-year-old mother for the first time in her life said, I don't care what other people think. I'm doing what I want. And she's 92. So it's never too late, but we need to kind of figure that out a lot earlier than 92.
Then 92.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know,
Well, and that's the
Marilyn,
thing is that, you know, the first third of your life, you're looking for that acceptance. And then the second third of your life, you're looking for that recognition. And then the third third of your life, you realize nobody really gives a shit about you. And they're all wrapped up in themselves. And so they're not thinking about you at all. So why are you worried about what they're thinking? Because they're not thinking of you. Go ahead, Robin.
okay, yeah, for me, I started my business at 60, and that was 9 years ago.
Mhm.
And so that with me, it's like, you can do it, you know, it's like, there's no boundaries. And that age thing is just like out the window. When I think of my grandparents, you know, they were all gray hair, they were old, they didn't do anything. And I knew that that's not who I am. And I just want to enjoy life. So I'm going to make the best of it. I mean, I speed walk every day and nobody can keep up with me.
Right.
My kids and husband, I should say. But for me, it's like, why do you go so fast? I said, because I can. And I know there's going to be a time where things are going to hurt so bad that I won't be able to. So I just want to keep on going and just do what I can, you know, but setting boundaries on ourselves is not even in my vocabulary anymore. So I just went horseback riding. I haven't done it in 20 years last week, and I stayed on the horse and I didn't fall off. So, you know, we are our worst obstacle. I know Jana had asked that question, is we put so many boundaries on ourselves. We get in our own way. If we just forget that stuff and just do what makes us happy, you know, and give it a shot, it's going to make us happier. It's going to make us happier.
Well, and on your
Yep.
slide, Marilyn, that you were talking or showed earlier, I think that was from Kaiser or something. I don't know if you saw on the news,
Yeah.
but Phil Mickelson at 50 became the oldest winner of a major golf tournament. And then Simone Biles, who is 24, which is old for a gymnast, just landed the most difficult vault. I mean, it was never attempted by a woman before in competition at 24. So it's like you're right that the boundaries that we put on ourselves or we let society put on us are what's going to limit you. Because that's what they were said about the 2-minute mile can't be broken until somebody broke it. Then 9 people broke it within a short period of time. So inspiration.
Jamie?
I just had something happen to me yesterday. I'm still kind of a newcomer in this neighborhood, and I've known a couple of my neighbors. They've moved out, other ones moved in. But yesterday I had a knock on my door. I was working on my collage. I had sticky fingers and they were all blue. And the kids, 20-year-olds that live across the street from me, a collection of 5 different people, very diverse, said there was a cat locked in a truck that wasn't theirs, but the cat was theirs.
Oh.
Did I have a wire hanger? And they said, we heard you were a cat person. And so I didn't have a wire hanger, but I had support, and we got one from the people next door. And I went over and stood with these people and talked with them. And I don't know how it came up, but they just said, well, you're just a little old lady, which just cracked me up, because to them, that's what I look like when I'm taking out my garbage. To me, I don't feel that. I don't look like that in my own head. And I said, well, you know, you may think that, but I'm not. I've just never grown up. And I really think that people's perception of themselves has to be looked at very specifically, because I've had a very different kind of life than most people. I've been on the arts and crafts circuits for 35 years. I related to people like a party every other weekend, and then would go home and be a hermit for the week and work. And the thing is that I've never lost sight of that, even though I lost everything 4 years ago now.
Right.
And I had to start new again. It was like picking up from where I left off with doing that self-talk, with figuring out who I am. And so it is never too late to do that. But remember, you started somewhere. And go back to those qualities that you've always admired in yourself, because they're still there. That's it.
So another thought came up when Robin was talking is I love to hang out with people who are older than me. And I have a friend, Robin, that I walk with, and she's let's see, she's 5 years older than me. So she's 68, and she beats me walking, man. She can go. But I get her on snowshoes and I can go. So we have our trade-offs. But I have a friend that's in her 70s, and she still acts in all of any local community plays that she can get into. She auditions all the time, and she's so vibrant. It's great to, hang around other people, other women, men, anybody that have that vibrancy that'll keep you motivated. I mean, if you're hanging around with a bunch of people who just want to sit on the couch and be Netflixers, what are you going to pick up from that?
So true. So true.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Robin. That was, or sorry, Marilyn.
Yeah.
I was thinking of your last name. That was really, it's really good to be reminded of this, and, reminded about our mindset and what's holding us back. And I'm going to spend some time this afternoon, kind of creating a vision for what I want my 70s to look like. So that's
Well,
good.
like I have the free, guide that if you want some help, it's,
Yes.
some questions.
I was
to
going to
ask yourself.
suggest, Marilyn, if you want to put
so-
those links in chat, because we can't click on it on your slide. So if you want to drop those links in chat.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. Pat, I see your hand.
I will do.
Marilyn, thank you for your presentation. It was wonderful. The one thing that really hit home with me is when you were talking about nurturing your friends. Who do you want to come along with this journey? And I think this last year during COVID, I have really nurtured the friends I want to take along with me. Like I said, I've been sending out cards and stuff, and you guys hear that all the time. But I looked at and I call it my list of hugs. These are the people I want to really hug when we're out of this COVID. And I looked at the number of cards I sent. I sent 90 people cards of people that I want in my life. And if you don't nurture them, they don't stay in your life. I mean, you're
That's
right.
true.
They become acquaintances. But I need all 90 of these people to stay in my life. And so I'm into the nurturing phase.
Pat, I didn't get a card. Should I be worried?
It's in
Raise
the
your
mail.
hand if you got a card from Pat.
Yeah, it's in the mail. Oh, good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. It's in the mail.
Yeah, so the
Thank you.
links are, but it is true. When I network with people, I ask them, and I said, how many close friends do you have? And I really felt bad. I asked my niece, who just moved back to Auburn, and she's 51. And I asked her, I said, how many friends do you have? And she goes, I don't have any. I have Greg's friends. Her husband is very outgoing and gregarious, and she's an introvert. And she says, I just hang out with him and his friends. And I felt, how sad is that? So then I felt guilty that I needed to become her buddy and her friend. And we do walk once a week at least. But, she says she has one girlfriend from high school that she stays in touch with that doesn't live here. And she really hasn't connected with anybody that she wants to hang out with at work. But, it's work. I know a lot of people. And the question is, who do I hang out with? I hang out with Chi a lot because she's fun. She's a lot of fun. But, it's work, and you have to decide that their friendship is worth the work and to stay in touch.
I was just talking to a friend of mine.
All right, ladies.
that we were talking about keeping friends and you know, some friends, if are they draining on you, if they're draining you, or if it's a huge effort to keep that
Mhm.
friendship and you're doing all the work, maybe you ought to reconsider. So, all right. Well, thank you
Well,
very
it
much.
was a blessing. I actually had 2 friends that I normally am the one that reaches out over in the last, just the month of May. I actually had 2 of my friends reach out and book lunches now that things are opening up. And I
Yeah.
have to say that my daughter asked me if I regretted anything in my life and if I were to do it over, what would I do differently? And the only thing I said was, I love my life. I've had, you know, it's ups and downs, but I love my life. I said, the one thing I wish I had done was stay in touch with more of my friends.
Interesting.
And, you know, back in
Yeah.
the day, it wasn't that easy for us, you know, because we didn't have cell phones and all these different
Exactly.
means. It was writing letters, you know, it was sending the cards. But that was when she put me on the spot. That was what came to mind first, is
Yeah.
that I had lost touch with so many
Yeah.
great people.
Yeah.
All
And
right,
even
I'll
with
quit
our cell
talking.
phones, we sometimes drop the ball, and it would be so easy just to send them a text, if you know, or pick up the, you know, or just call them. And I know I drop the ball a lot of times. You know, I think about them, but I don't let them know that I'm thinking about them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's see, we've got we could probably take a minute for everybody, because there's not that many people online. I think there's only 10 of us online. So does anybody have to leave early? If you want to go first, I can let you go first. I can't see you because I can only see 4 people.
Luz has her hands up.
Luz, okay. So Luz, you want to go ahead and go, and Susan, could you time them, because
Sure.
I don't want to my cell phone, but it's not here.
No, I'm good.
Okay, thank you.
I got you.
Okay, go ahead, Luz, and just unmute yourself.
I think I'm unmuted. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, that was a great presentation, Marilyn. Thank you so much. Anyway, I am a rodent and field skincare consultant. I've been doing this for 4 years, and I am in the 3rd part of my life. I am 67 and proud of it, and moving forward as best we can. And currently, just a little tidbit on my my business. We are having what is called a Rodaniversary event, which means everything is 20% off site-wide, including our great popular lash boost serum. So that's through Thursday, May the 27th. So thank you. This is Luz Ziegler with Rodent and Field Skincare. Thanks a bunch.
All right, thank you. How about you, Kay Pena?
I have 2 businesses. My name is Kay Pena. One of the businesses, I'm an essential oilologist and my business is Caregiving Naturally. And I can help you with your aches when you get out of bed. And it's not just essential oils. I have a secret that you have to talk to me about to find out. And I can help you with your health, your body, and your inside your home, because inside your home could be more toxic than outside, and especially now with COVID. Indoor is definitely toxic. My other business is Juan Pena's art, and right now he has a new academy. It's called Juan's Art Academy, and this academy is for the serious artist, and he presents his ideas in watercolor because it's a fast medium and he can explain things really well with that. So his next workshop is on June 24th and 25th, and it's here in Colfax. And I would like anybody that knows of an art student or any art endeavor that they think about taking his watercolor class. Okay, and that's it.
Okay, all right, thank you. And his watercolors are beautiful. Yvonne, is Yvonne on
Thank
here?
you.
I don't see her.
No,
Okay,
no.
she didn't think, she wasn't sure she was going to make it here. Robin Padilla.
Okay, hi everyone, Robin Padilla with Damsel in Defense. I'm about educating you and other women on how to be safe. That is something I'm very passionate about. I just want to make sure that no matter what situation you come across, that you are aware of that situation. And that is actually self-taught. Some people are just not, they just kind of go about their business, especially in your own neighborhoods. We get very complacent because we feel safe there and we let our guard down. So I love to offer safety presentations in your home. We are opening up. I'm actually started booking already. And for June, we have a wonderful program where things that you couldn't get before as hostess rewards are now going to open up in June. If you book a party with me in June, I have this beautiful, I don't know, can you see it? There we go. Can you see? I don't know why it's not showing up.
It's green
I'm
screen.
showing up there. Right there. There we go. They come in. I have some like in a yellow and a green, and you can see it's just kind of, we call them the rainbow pepper spray. You cannot get these online. Oh, sorry. Reach out to me. I'd love to help you.
Feel like the bad guy.
All right, well, that was perfect. Marilyn, we just heard from you, but we'd love to hear a little more.
Well, like I said, my focus is to educate and help people. Lifestyle vision is just one of the things that I do. That's kind of the cornerstone. But I help people who want to make, that are in their 40s and 50s that want to make that transition and from corporate world to their, their new passion and what they want to do. So, but the lifestyle one is, where we always start. It's, you got to have the vision of what you want with your life to then decide what you do with it. So I'm complete.
Yeah, I can see how it would be really beneficial just to help somebody adjust from working to retiring and just kind of how to deal with that, or the spouse, because sometimes it's harder on the spouse when somebody retires. And so
that's part of that relationship.
Yeah.
Relationship in that last third is really important to how much, oh my gosh, he's home or she's home or you're both home. And, and COVID kind of tossed that at us naturally. But I mean, it's also, I do a whole section on relationship too, as far as, getting the fire back and really creating that soulmate relationship.
Yeah, great. Okay, Jamie Perry.
Hi. Oh, wait, I am unmuted. Just to let you know, we did get the cat out of the car. It had been there for a couple of hours and was very upset, but she's okay now. I'm a lifelong artist, and my job is to help you rediscover your creativity, use it, and express it. One of the things that I've been doing is associating with Rancho Cordova Arts, which has its Micro Masterpiece fundraiser coming up June 1 through 5. I've put the website in the chat. We have over 200 pieces of original art that start at $20, will go up in $3 increments, and it's an online auction process. All the proceeds go to help children get art supplies in the schools. So that's what we're doing. It's a new program for us. We're really excited about it. And a lot of these kiddos don't have the supplies. So we would like to do that for them. If you want to contact me about your own creativity, you know where to find me. Thank you.
Great, Jamie. And Jamie, if you could put that on our Facebook page, that would be great. And then more people will see it. Is that sounds like a really neat thing.
I just got back onto Facebook, so I will definitely do that.
Okay, good. All right, Chi, it's so good to see you. You're muted.
Hi.
Hi.
So good to see everyone. So I am Chi, and it's I've always said that it does not matter what business we're in. It's important to our business success when we look and feel our best. So I am don't know if you've heard of New Skin, but I'm excited to share New Skin with you. We are a company with solutions from the inside out. We youth preservation is our business, anti-aging, whatever you call. Anyway, I offer a complimentary health and beauty assessment, and I would love to get together with each and every one of you. So looking forward to connect with you. It's wonderful to be back.
Great. Yeah, it's good to have you back.
Thank you.
Pat Gatkatan.
Hi, everyone. Pat Gakatan from Fun Sway. As you know, I'm a humorous motivational speaker, trainer, and author. And I'm putting together a number of courses that are going to be online this year. And I'm pretty excited about that. I'm also working with Susan. Susan and I are putting together a combination workshop on speaking and training, and it's going to be great. You guys are going to really like it. Like I said, we're going to incorporate some of that humor in there. Speaking of relationships, Marilyn, like you said, when people live together during COVID, my husband is working from home, and I've got to stop pointing at him and saying, "You're living here on a Pat Gakatan grant." I got to stop doing that. It's wrong on so many levels. So I may have to sign up for that session. I'm not doing well, but anyway, so just want to share that one thing about COVID with you guys. Look forward to some of my training classes that are coming up. They're fun, exciting, and positive. So I think you'll really like them. Pat Gakatan Feng Shui.
We could all use more exciting.
Thank you. I'll stop myself.
All right. Whoa. Kim Oliver.
Hi, everyone. Awesome presentation. I love the forethought of, plan now for a better life. Great presentation. Most of you know, I photographed a good portion of you on the call. So headshots, it's little by little, it's coming back. People have gotten their hair cut and they're willing to get their picture taken. Real estate is still really, really hot right now, but the inventory is very small. So, I'm still doing sessions, real estate shoots, but just not as many because there's just not much of an inventory. And Google is little by little coming back. Google tours typically they start outdoors and go in, and a good portion of my clients are restaurants. Well, you can imagine they were eating outdoors, wasn't really a good time for Google shots. So, but that's little by little coming back. So things are starting to pick up for me. I'm very excited. So if you are still in need of a headshot, please do not hesitate to give me a call. Yeah, Susan tells you a number of times it's all about making sure that you come across being professional, not a selfie. So if I can help, let me know. Kim Oliver with Oliver's Captured Moments.
All right, thank you. And Susan Dakuzaku.
Yay, okay, reset. So I have two businesses. I'll mention really quickly that I've been doing all my wine tasting outdoors. It's great for couples night, girls night out. $40 for 5 bottles of wine, and you as a hostess get one. It's just a lot of fun. Jamie's actually going to have one on my patio. So if you don't have a space outside, you're welcome to utilize, I call it Wine Island, specifically for that. So while the summer is nice, think about that for something that you can do with your family and friends. The other thing that I do is I do website development. I talk about technology and how it can help you. But as Marilyn mentioned, a lot of times what stops you is what's between your two ears. You get frustrated at technology, you get frustrated at yourself, and it all comes from you getting in your own way. So tomorrow I'm devoting Widget Wednesday to a kind of a reboot of what I did last Tuesday at our PWN meeting. So if you missed that, I talk about imagine living a fear-free life. It's something that I learned from my mentor, Vern Moses, about 15, 20 years ago, and it is a game changer. I'm actually going to be doing an online course because just like anything, unless you practice it, it doesn't become second nature. So I'm going to just do an intro next Wednesday. And Marilyn, I would love for you to attend if you can, because I would like your feedback on how this fits into what you talk about. But as you practice it, it becomes second nature, and I'm living proof of that. So if you want to learn more, check it out. I'll put the link into the chat, but also I will be recording it. So let me know if you would like a copy of that. I'll send you that and the handouts. Susan@getyourknittinggear.com.
Great.
That's me.
So whoever made that saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's not right.
No, because my mom at 92 learned a new trick today. So you can't
There you
say
go.
that.
There you go. Okay, so I think I got everybody besides myself. But anyway, I'm Jana Woodruff. Oh, I have two businesses too. So my first business is Juice Plus. I've been selling Juice Plus for 17 years, I think. It just is it's nutrition that just makes sense because it just fills in the gaps of what we're not getting in our diet with good fruits and vegetable concentrated powders. So it really fills in what we're not eating. And we also have a program where children can get it free. You can sponsor a child or a grandchild and they can get theirs for free for 4 years. So it's an amazing program. My second business is For Life Transfer Factors. Transfer Factors raise our immunity IQ. It brings knowledge to our immune system so that it can recognize and respond quicker when something is invading our body, whether it's a virus or a bacteria or even a cancer cell. It really raises our, we like to say it raises our immunity IQ. It just works better. I wanted to remind you about these Rio Vita chews. They come in this little package and they're foil wrapped and they're just really delicious. It's got some good nutrition in here, some juice powders, and then some transfer factors in here. And I also wanted to tell you that we're having a Meet the Molecule meeting on June 16th at a friend of mine, her house in the evening. I believe the 16th. I don't remember now if it's this Wednesday or Thursday, but it's going to be a great meeting. One of our gals is in town that's got an incredible story, and I'll post that on the Facebook page, but would love to invite any of you. You've been asking about that, and so I would love to invite any of you to that. So with that, I wanted to know if there's anybody that we've got about 10 minutes. We don't have to go the whole 10 minutes, but is there anybody that has a public service announcement or a testimonial? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I just wanted to remind everybody, if you're doing an event, like I know that Jamie mentioned her fundraiser, and Jana, I was typing, so I missed the date, what you were talking about. Be sure to post that in the PWN calendar, because that way, if you mention something, in Facebook, and you know how Facebook disappears depending on how many posts there are, we can actually just go to that calendar and see what's going on from all the members. So take advantage of that. That's one of the member benefits.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me of that, because I tend to forget. I think other people tend to forget that as well. So
I do too.
Yeah. So
I think Kay's saluting something.
I'm raising my hand.
Yeah.
This is for Jamie. Can you post the website for the online show that you were talking about?
Yeah, it was in the chat, but again, that's something you can post.
I didn't look at the chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I will. It's posted on the chat, and I am going to go directly to the calendar after this meeting.
Yes, and the calendar. Yes.
I'm very excited about this option.
And the other thing is, I really like your painting on the easel with the heart in it. It reminds me of my friend where we had this retreat. She's a heart rock finder. And so we had to go down to the Eel River, and she had a backpack and she filled it with rocks. Lots of heart rocks.
Thank you very much.
So
any other
starting a
testimonials?
rock group?
Oh, I have another, what?
No,
I said, is she starting a rock group?
a rock group
Oh
named
yeah,
Heart.
rock group, a paint rock group. She likes painting rocks too. So I also have a I forgot what you call it. Anyway,
Testimonial?
for Jana, yes, a testimonial for Jana's moisturizer. I bought it, at the last meeting, and it's really good. I like it.
Yeah.
A lot.
Thank
And
you.
my husband
Yeah.
likes it too, except when I put geranium oil in it. He
Uh,
can't
Oh.
stand this, he can't stand the smell of geranium.
Oh, that's funny.
But it's so good for you. So I'm doing it
Oh,
at
yeah.
night and
You're
turning
sneaking
my-
it in.
Yeah, I'm
Really,
sneaking it
just
in.
tell him to
Fine.
plug his nose.
Okay, that's another story.
Right.
Okay, anyway, thank
Susan,
you.
do you see any other hands? I don't want to
I don't
step on
see
any.
any hands.
Okay. I did want to announce that the emeralds, if you could please set up, and I'm speaking to myself as well here.
Mhm.
If you could please set up your time with Esther Lee to do your emerald video interview. We've only, as far as I know, we've only got one. Kay
I
Payne did
did it.
hers.
No, let's see, somebody else did one too.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
okay.
there's one other. but
Yvonne.
we've got a ways to
Yvonne
go.
did one.
Oh, Yvonne, that's right. That's right. So, but there's at least half of us are emeralds here. And so we need to get in touch with Esther and set up that time and then
Yeah.
get that taken care of. And I just keep putting that off and I need
Oh,
to,
and
I need
in
to lead the
fact,
way.
It
I
doesn't
just
take
wanted to
long.
let you
It goes
know,
really fast.
some of you familiar, so our directory is in membership works. And membership works just announced an upgrade where we can add videos. So it's not as complicated as it was before. So I haven't checked in to see what that upgrade is, but all those interviews that we have, like for the emeralds, can be posted in our profiles. And I think we should. So
Yeah.
something to also shoot for.
Yeah. Very good.
And then also, you know, to kind of piggyback on what Janet mentioned, we're still looking for a program coordinator. And one of the things we really want feedback on is if you guys appreciate having 2 options per month. So we are going to continue our live meetings at Randy Peters. Yay, those are always awesome. But also, I as a member really like the fact that we can get a double dose of information and another chance to network and share information and, you know, get connected with everybody. So let Jana know if you or someone you think might be interested in filling that position, because it is important. It's part of the board.
It is.
And also that helps us keep up with the programs because it doubled the programs that we need to schedule in any given year. So
Right.
please
And it
call-
allows for members, you know, we would love for members to, you know, to take advantage of that and be speakers. And so it doubles that number as well. Yeah.
Well,
So-
you know, so, you know, back to this, you know, we're all in here to promote, you know, our businesses and, you know, Robin, I don't know that when the last time you spoke on, you know, personal safety. I mean, it's not just the tools, but it's just the awareness, you know, and things that are happening now. And maybe it's different because I'm hearing more about, you know, porch robberies and daylight shootings. I mean, it's just kind of nuts right now. So consider submitting, you know, just a thing on personal safety. And of course, you're going to talk about your products at the end. We talk about having it content rich. And then, oh, by the way, if you're interested in these kinds of things, obviously we don't want to suppress that, but, you know, consider that. And that's the same for all of you. If you've got a topic that you think the members want to hear about, submit that on the website and it goes through a board review. But we want to hear more from our members as opposed to outside people, because we're here to network.
Yeah, it's been a few years since I've done that. So
Yeah,
mean,
I think
the
that would be really
members, so
valuable.
I'd be more than happy to cover that.
Yeah.
And so also you have the option of doing, you know, live at Randy Peters. So when you submit your application, just submit whether you prefer live or Zoom or either, and then we'll get it in the calendar.
Got it. Thank you.
And so we do have our speaker for next meeting live is on June 8th, and it's going to be Marilyn Lapkus. And she's going to talk about goal setting.
Yeah, that kind of the difference between habits versus goals. And so, yeah, I think I've heard it once. And so I'm excited to hear it again because sometimes it takes a little bit for things to sink in.
Yeah. That's you know, but sometimes you have to hear it more than once. So that again will be June 8th at Randy Peters, and they've been doing a lot in terms of the whole social distancing. I think we had 4 people per table at the last meeting. So if you're still kind of on the fence, we're doing everything we can to make it safe at Randy Peters. So hopefully that will encourage you to check it out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just so good to see people there and hear from everybody.
And we also had
the food was really good this last time too.
Yeah.
I really really, yeah, I think they, considering they're limited, I think they did a great job.
Yeah.
So,
Do
all
they
right.
have
Well,
a menu that we pick out, or how does that work? I mean, I haven't been there for a while, but
Well, so they offer, there's no selection about what you get. We have to take what they are preparing that day to make it
Right.
cost effective. But if you need gluten-free or dairy-free or keto, there's a place to put
or
that.
vegan.
You're vegan, yeah, exactly. So just put that in your options, and they're supposed to let us know the week before, so we should know maybe by tomorrow what next week. So we got another week. Next week, what the regular option will be.
oh, okay.
So like this time it was taco salad. So if you
Oh.
prefer, something else other than taco salad, you can make that selection. So,
Got it. Got it.
Yeah. And if it's something that you don't really want, or, you can always choose a keto or a vegan or, the dish and stuff, and probably get something you'd like more.
yeah.
Oh,
So that
good.
should be posted about a week before the actual live
Yeah.
meeting. So
And that's on our website.
yes.
Okay, because I don't know, I guess I missed that. But thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, it's great to see everybody. Thank you so much, Marilyn. It was a great talk and gave us a lot of food for thought to really think about how we're spending our days and how we're spending our future. So
Well, I think for some old ladies here, I think we look pretty darn good.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep,
absolutely.
you're not sitting on that couch watching Netflix. Everybody's busy, staying active.
In fact, I'm inspired to go out and walk before it gets too hot. So
Good, good. I'll met the
Yeah.
calendar. See you guys.
Have a
All
nice
right.
day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
bye.
Thank you.